In a quiet suburb of Detroit, a man named Jacob walks into a pawn shop carrying a heavy toolbox. Inside are the same tools he uses every day to earn a living as an HVAC technician. On paper, his life looks stable. He has a full-time job, steady income, and years of experience. Yet today, he is handing over the very equipment that supports his livelihood just to cover a short-term financial gap. The pawn shop gives him cash in exchange for temporarily holding his tools as collateral. It is not a sale. If Jacob returns with the money plus additional fees, he can reclaim everything. If he cannot, the tools will eventually be sold. For millions of Americans, this system has quietly become part of survival. Pawn loans are expensive compared to the traditional borrowing methods, but they offer something many people desperately need: immediate cash with no credit checks, paperwork, or waiting periods. Someone facing overdue bills, rising gas prices, or emergency expenses often chooses speed over cost. Most customers do return for their belongings, but the fees they pay continue to drain their finances month after month. While this struggle unfolds at the street level, pawnshop corporations are experiencing record profits. Large public pawn companies have seen their revenues and loan volumes grow rapidly. Investors are rewarding these businesses because demand keeps increasing. The more people rely on short-term collateral loans, the more valuable these companies become in the eyes of the stock market. This creates a strange contrast in the economy. Financial markets continue reaching historic highs, while many working households quietly fall deeper into financial pressure. The customers entering pawn shops are no longer only the extremely poor. Increasingly, they are middle-class workers, small business owners, and families with regular jobs who simply cannot keep up with rising living costs. At the same time, traditional bank branches have been disappearing from many communities. As mainstream financial services pull away from lower-income areas, expensive alternative lenders move in to fill the gap. For many neighborhoods, pawn shops and similar businesses become the fastest available source of emergency money. Meanwhile, the stock market paints a very different picture. Major indexes remain elevated, driven largely by powerful technology companies and wealthy investors. Household investment in stocks has climbed to record levels, creating an appearance of prosperity. Yet beneath those headlines, many families are exhausting savings, falling behind on car payments, and even withdrawing retirement funds early just to cover basic needs. The divide between financial success and financial strain has become increasingly visible. Wealthier households continue spending confidently, supported by investment gains, while many others struggle to maintain stability despite full employment. Rising costs for fuel, housing, healthcare, and daily necessities continue squeezing ordinary workers. Still, the situation is not entirely one-sided. Some of the pawn industry's growth has also been helped by rising gold prices, since jewelry and precious metals make up a large share of pawn collateral. Higher gold values naturally increase loan sizes and company revenues. In addition, strong stock markets do not always reflect the financial condition of average households, since large corporations often earn profits globally, rather than depending entirely on local consumers. Even so, the growing dependence on high-cost emergency borrowing reveals how fragile many personal finances have become. When savings disappear and unexpected expenses arrive, even small disruptions can push working people into difficult decisions. For someone like Jacob, the difference between stability and crisis may come down to whether next month is slightly better or slightly worse than the current one. His story reflects a quieter reality hidden beneath economic headlines. Millions of people continue working hard, paying bills and trying to stay afloat, while living dangerously close to the edge.